Greetings, Warriors. My name is Patrick Reinbeck, and I am one of 3 PE teachers here at Gwendolyn Brooks Middle School. Due to the current circumstances related to the COVID-19 pandemic, things will look very different for the first 2 quarters of the school year. This is an informational video that will teach you all you need to know to be successful in PE. We will be covering a lot of information very quickly, so please feel free to pause and review the video as you feel necessary. But be aware that all students will be required to fill out an exit slip after watching the video for the first PE grade of the year. Don't worry, as long as you follow along, it will be very self-explanatory and you can use the video as a guide. Before getting started with how things will run, I'm going to explain the why to how PE will run this year. Due to the current guidelines, we are not allowed to do the same things that we have traditionally done in PE. Therefore, we must adapt to the current times and do our best to keep you healthy and active and teach you different games and activities that we will play as soon as things get back to normal. One of our biggest goals as PE teachers is to get students active. According to the CDC, or Center for Disease Control, children between the ages of 6 and 17 should be physically active for 60 minutes a day. Getting 60 minutes of physical activity each day decreases the risk of life-threatening diseases such as heart disease and cancer. In order to ensure our students remain active, we will require that students get at least 30 minutes of physical activity every Monday and Wednesday, and potentially other days depending on the schedule. However, there is more. This year, all students are required to take health for at least 1 quarter of the school year. In a normal setting, the way in which students would receive health this year is that each quarter, 1 homeroom in each pod would have health instead of PE. Basically, whether you like it or not, you would receive 3 quarters of PE and 1 quarter of health. But as you are well aware, this is not a normal school year. To adapt to those changes, we have decided to deliver the health curriculum during our remote learning period with the goal to get back in the gym and active as soon as things get back to normal. Bi-weekly, or every other week, we will introduce different health topics. Students will be required to view these videos, PowerPoints, and presentations and take a short quiz. Don't worry, our goal is not to overwhelm you. All of the quizzes will be directly from the content provided. The last part of our PE curriculum will be related to sport content. Sport content will contain basic rules, skills, and information related to the different sports that we would play in a normal school year. This will be presented just like the health curriculum. Bi-weekly, or every other week when you do not have health, you will be required to view different videos, PowerPoints, and presentations and take a quiz at the end of the week. Again, we are not trying to overwhelm you. If things get back to normal, when things get back to normal, we'd like to be in the gym, moving, doing the things that we traditionally do. I apologize. That was a lot of information at one time, but let me try to simplify it for you. Let me explain what a normal week will look like. Monday and Wednesday, you must be active for 30 minutes. Tuesday, you are required to view different presentations related to health or sport information. Thursday, you'll be required to take a quiz on the information that was viewed on Tuesday. Friday, you must submit all of your completed assignments. I know what you're thinking. How will you submit your work? Don't worry, I wouldn't skip the most important part. The first things that I would like all students to do is to save the link for the PE and Health Remote Learning website that was sent to your student email or in the district e-learning template. All of your weekly assignments and content will be located on the website, and if you are not able to access this website, you will not be successful in PE. When you open the link for a PE and Health website, this is what it's going to look like, all right? The first thing that I would like you to do is scroll down to the pictures of your 3 PE teachers. All right. For those of you in 7th and 8th grade, you are probably familiar with 2 of the 3 PE teachers, Mr. Gronbeck and Miss Burns. For those of you in 6th grade that did not attend Lowell or Sandburg before they closed, and the students that are new to the district, the man on the left is Casey Gronbeck. Middle, Patrick Gronbeck, and on the right is Laura Burns. Yes, Casey and Patrick are brothers. The reason that I point this out is it's extremely important to know who your PE teacher is when submitting your assignments. Please refer to your schedule and make sure that you are submitting your assignments to the correct PE teacher to ensure you receive credit. If you do not submit your assignments to the correct teacher, you will not receive credit. If you continue to scroll down, there is a brief description of what we will be doing in PE this year for the first 2 quarters of the school year, which is the exact same comment I described to you earlier in this video, and a breakdown of how you will be graded. I'll get more into that later, but let's continue to getting into how you'll submit your PE assignments. The next thing I would like you to do is scroll to the top of your screen and click on the week of September 8th through the 11th. Right up here in the upper right-hand corner. When you click on the week of September 8th through the 11th, it will bring you to this page. This page will look pretty similar every week, with the only thing changing is the dates. All right? As you scroll down, you will see exactly what you are expected to do for the week. To receive credit for today, all students will be required to complete the exit slip. Because this is the first week of school and our first time doing remote learning for PE, this week will simply be an introduction of how things will run. Next week will look more like what was described earlier in this video. Tomorrow, students will need to complete a student information form that requires parents and guardians' name, phone number or contact information, and any medical conditions that may impact your performance in PE when things return to normal. You know what you should and shouldn't be doing at home, but we need to know what you can and cannot do when we get back to school. Thursday, you'll have a short tutorial on weekly activity logs, which you'll be required to submit, and Friday you'll be required to perform 30 minutes of physical activity and correctly submit your first weekly activity log. Remember, this is simply an introduction week. The exit slips that you are required to fill out will ask questions directly from the presentations provided, basically stating that you understand how remote PE will work for the first 2 quarters. Last thing, I promise, this is our first time teaching PE remotely. This is your first time too. We promise to do our best, but there will be challenges. If you have any issues, feel free to reach out and we will do our best to make it through this together. Thanks, and can't wait to get started. So what do I do from here?